Welcome to our deep dive into AI and all the advancements happening right now in 2025. It's only January, and already crazy breakthroughs and new partnerships popping up everywhere you look. Feels like the future is getting written right before our eyes. So we've got a whole stack of news articles here detailing everything from OpenAI making a big push for superintelligence to Microsoft going all in on India's AI sector. Think of this like your personalized briefing on the stuff that matters most, the developments that could actually impact all of us pretty soon.
Yeah, it's definitely an exciting time to be following AI, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So let's just dive right in, starting with the big one everyone's talking about, OpenAI and the renewed focus on achieving superintelligence. Sounds kind of sci-fi, doesn't it? But what does it actually mean, and should we be excited or maybe just a little bit terrified?
Well, the concept of superintelligence basically refers to AI that's smarter than humans. Like in every way you can think of. Imagine AI that can solve problems we haven't even been able to wrap our heads around, learning at an insane speed and even getting creative in ways that rival our own. OpenAI, they believe that this level of AI could be the key to solving some of humanity's biggest problems.
That does sound pretty incredible, I gotta admit. But then I can't help but think of all those sci-fi movies. You know, the ones where the robots get too smart and decide they don't need us anymore? Is that a legitimate concern, or am I just letting Hollywood get the best of me?
It's a question that a lot of researchers and ethicists are really grappling with right now. As we build AI systems that are more and more powerful, we really have to make sure that their goals are aligned with ours, with human values.
Hmm.
OpenAI is actually dedicating a lot of resources to something called AI alignment, which is basically all about making sure that superintelligent AI stays beneficial to humanity.
So it's not just about building the most powerful AI, it's about building it responsibly. That makes a lot of sense. But, while we're waiting for superintelligence to show up, AI is already changing the way we live in pretty big ways. I mean, try shopping online these days without bumping into some form of AI. It's everywhere.
Or absolutely. AI is moving way beyond just simple automation. It's getting into the realm of personalized experiences, like Amazon, for example. Their warehouses are becoming more and more automated, which means faster deliveries and more efficiency. But it's not just about speed. AI is also being used to create personalized recommendations that are crazy accurate, like suggesting things you actually want to buy.
That's impressive and a little creepy at the same time. Like, how do they know?
It all comes down to data analysis.
Hmm.
The more data these AI systems have, the better they get at predicting what you want, what you like, what you need.
Yeah.
And it's not just shopping either. Think about personalized medicine. They're using AI to analyze your genes, your lifestyle, to come up with treatments tailored just for you, more effective and fewer side effects.
Wow, that's incredible. Personalized medicine, faster deliveries. Seems like AI is making everything faster and better.
Definitely shaking things up in a lot of industries. And speaking of shaking things up, did you hear about Microsoft's big investment in India? They just dropped $3 billion to expand their AI operations over there.
$3 billion. That's a massive investment. What's the strategy there?
It's not just about the money itself. It's about tapping into India's huge pool of tech talent. India's tech sector is booming, and Microsoft's betting big on their potential to contribute to the global AI landscape. They're not just setting up research labs, they're partnering with universities and businesses to build a whole AI ecosystem.
So a win-win for both Microsoft and India. It's amazing to see AI becoming this global phenomenon, with countries and companies all over the world racing to be at the forefront.
Yeah, it's a global race for sure. And we can't forget about the other big players like NVIDIA. They're making some mind-blowing advancements in AI hardware and software. Remember their CES showcase back in January? They had those projects, Project Digits and Cosmos AI. Sound like they're straight out of science fiction, but they're actually about to have a real impact on industries like autonomous vehicles and healthcare.
Yeah, I read about those projects, but honestly, they sounded so complex, I'm not sure I fully grasped it. Can you break it down for us?
Sure, Project Digits is all about creating AI-powered digital twins, basically virtual copies of real objects or systems. These digital twins let you simulate real-world situations and test out different designs and strategies with crazy precision. Imagine being able to perfect the design of a new airplane or test a new drug without needing to build anything physical.
Wow, that's amazing. Sounds like these digital twins could change the way we design and test pretty much everything. What about Cosmos AI? What's that all about?
So Cosmos AI is focused on developing advanced AI algorithms for all sorts of applications. One of their coolest projects is in healthcare, using AI to analyze medical images and patient data to spot diseases like cancer, earlier and more accurately than ever before.
So AI isn't just making things faster and more efficient, it's helping us solve some of the toughest problems we face. It's both exciting and a little overwhelming to think about all the possibilities. But I also have to wonder, is there a downside to all this? Are there risks or challenges we need to be aware of?
That's a great question, and it's one we're going to dig into a little deeper in the next part of our deep dive, so stay tuned. Welcome back to our deep dive into AI and all things tech. So before we jump ahead, I want to circle back to your last question about those potential risks and challenges with AI.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, we've all seen those movies where the robots take over, but even without going that far, there are some real concerns about how AI could change things up, you know?
For sure. One of the biggest concerns is what happens to jobs. As AI-powered automation takes over more and more tasks, especially those repetitive ones, it's likely that some jobs are going to disappear. And that raises some big questions about the future of work and how people need to adapt.
It's a valid concern. A lot of people are worried about robots taking their jobs. But couldn't AI also create new opportunities?
Absolutely. While some jobs might go away, AI is also creating whole new fields and roles, jobs we can't even imagine yet. The key is to adapt and learn skills that work well with AI, things like creativity, critical thinking, problem solving.
So instead of being afraid of AI, we should be figuring out how to work with it. Collaboration, not replacement. But beyond jobs, what other challenges should we be thinking about?
Another big one is the potential for misuse. As AI gets more powerful, it's really important to make sure it's used ethically and responsibly. Think about things like AI-powered surveillance systems or autonomous weapons. Those raise some serious ethical questions about privacy, security, even the nature of warfare.
It's kind of like we're opening Pandora's box, unleashing this incredibly powerful technology, but we need to make sure we can control it. Use it for good, not for bad.
Exactly. And that's why it's so crucial to have these open and honest conversations. We need ethicists, policymakers, and the public, all involved in shaping the future of AI.
Sounds like navigating the ethics of AI is going to be just as tough as actually developing the technology. Are there any specific examples of ethical dilemmas that are being debated right now?
One big one is bias in AI systems. If an AI is trained on biased data, it's going to make biased decisions. And that could have really serious consequences in areas like hiring, lending, even criminal justice. Imagine an AI system that's unfairly discriminating against certain groups of people.
Yeah, that's a scary thought. It's absolutely critical to make sure these AI systems are fair and impartial, especially as they become more and more a part of our lives. So how do we address that?
There are a few ways. One is to be really careful about the data we use to train AI systems. Make sure it's diverse and representative of everyone. Another is to develop algorithms that can actually detect and reduce bias. And most importantly, we need open and transparent discussions about these issues. We need diverse voices involved in developing and using AI.
So it's not just about the tech itself, it's about the people behind it. We need to make sure AI reflects our values and goals, not our biases and prejudices.
Absolutely. Speaking of values and aspirations, let's shift gears for a minute and talk about how AI can actually make our lives better. It's easy to get caught up in the potential risks, but it's important to remember that AI can be a powerful force for good.
Yeah, let's focus on the positive side for a bit. I've heard about some amazing breakthroughs in healthcare and sustainability.
AI is already having a huge impact on healthcare. From diagnosing diseases earlier to creating personalized treatments, AI is revolutionizing medicine. And in the fight against climate change, AI is being used to optimize energy grids, develop sustainable materials, even predict and mitigate the effects of extreme weather.
It sounds like AI isn't just changing lives, it's potentially saving lives and helping us protect the planet.
It's a powerful tool with the potential to solve some of humanity's biggest problems. And the progress is happening so fast.
It's definitely an exciting time to be following all of this, but I'm also realizing it's way more complex than I initially thought. It's not just about robots and sci-fi scenarios. It's about the future of work, ethical dilemmas, what it even means to be human in an age of intelligent machines.
You got it. That's exactly why these conversations are so important. We have to dig into the nuances, the complexities of AI. This technology is going to affect all of us, so we need to be informed and engaged.
You've definitely given me a lot to think about, and I'm sure our listeners are feeling the same way. But before we get too overwhelmed, let's move on to the final part of our deep dive. We'll explore some of those emerging trends that are shaping the future of AI. All right, so we've talked about the race for superintelligence, the ethical dilemmas, the whole shebang. AI is clearly changing fast, but where's it all headed next?
Well, we touched on a couple of big trends earlier, small language models and multimodal AI. These are kind of like a new chapter in how we're thinking about AI development.
Right, small language models, or SLMs as the cool kids call them. Those are the more specialized AIs, right? Like instead of one giant AI trying to do it all, we're seeing these smaller, more focused AIs that are really good at specific tasks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about efficiency and making AI more accessible. You don't always need massive computing power anymore. You can have an SLM trained for a very specific job, like writing legal contracts or translating super technical documents. And because they're laser focused, they can actually be incredibly accurate.
So it's like having a whole team of specialized experts instead of one generalist. That makes a lot of sense. And what about multimodal AI? That one always gets my imagination going.
Oh yeah, multimodal AI is where things get really interesting. It's about developing AI that can understand and interact with the world through multiple channels, not just text, but images, sounds, even sensory data. Imagine an AI that can read a medical report, but also analyze an X-ray image and listen to a doctor's spoken diagnosis.
Wow, suddenly the possibilities seem endless.
Exactly. That's the power of multimodal AI. It has the potential to completely change fields like healthcare, where you need to look at the whole picture, not just isolated pieces of information. Or think about self-driving cars. AI that can combine data from cameras, radar lidar, to navigate even the most complicated environments safely.
It's like we're creating a more natural, more intuitive relationship between humans and machines. But I'm guessing there's still some hurdles in developing truly multimodal AI.
Definitely. One of the biggest challenges is figuring out how to integrate all those different types of input in a way that makes sense and creates a coherent picture. It's not just about dumping data into a blender. It's about teaching AI to understand how those different data streams relate to each other, and then pulling out insights that you couldn't get from any one source alone.
It's like teaching AI to see the world the way we do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why multimodal AI is still in its early stages. But the progress is happening fast. I think we're on the verge of some really incredible breakthroughs.
Definitely something to keep an eye on. Makes me wonder about all the other advancements we haven't even touched on yet. What are some of the developments you're most excited about?
One area I find really fascinating is AI for scientific discovery. We're already seeing AI being used to analyze huge data sets in fields like astronomy, physics, biology, leading to new discoveries and insights that humans wouldn't be able to find on their own.
So AI isn't just changing our world, it's helping us understand the universe in new ways.
Exactly. And it's not just about crunching numbers either. AI is being used to design new experiments, even come up with new scientific hypotheses. It's a real partnership between humans and AI, pushing the boundaries of what we know.
That's incredible to think that AI could speed up scientific progress and lead to breakthroughs that benefit everyone. But as with any powerful tool, we have to use it wisely and ethically.
Couldn't agree more. As we keep developing and integrating AI into our lives, we have to consider the bigger picture. Make sure AI is used for good. That means open and honest conversations about the potential risks, and working together to shape a future where AI benefits all of us.
Well said. It's been amazing exploring the world of AI with you today. We covered a lot of ground, but it's clear that we're just at the beginning of the AI revolution. Any final thoughts you want to leave our listeners with?
Stay curious, stay engaged. AI is constantly changing and it's affecting all of us. Stay informed, ask questions, and be part of the conversation about how we shape the future of this incredible technology.
Great advice. And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive into AI and tech advancements for 2025. We hope you've enjoyed the journey and that you're leaving with a sense of both wonder and a sense of responsibility. The future of AI is in our hands. It's up to all of us to make sure it's a future where AI makes the world a better place.